All right, this is Caleb with Garvin Sewer Service. This is the post-inspection. Our risers are in. We are backfilled. So I wanted to go ahead and say that I had a snake from 708, which is the yellow house on Boeing Street. I snaked with a whip. I initially thought there was a crack in the pipe, but what I now realize is that it is not. It is a where the junction from 1114 joins this 6-inch line. So right now I'm cameraing from the riser out to Gay Street. And we have our 6-inch pipe. We're 85 feet to the street. Now, I did snake this 2 times when the hole was open with 4-inch blades, because that's what I got. This is a 6-inch pipe. There's still going to be some roots left over, so I would recommend maybe in about 6 months, maybe a little sooner, we come out here, maybe have bigger blades, and we go ahead and snake that. Looks like there is a section of SDR that has been replaced. That is what we just looked at. Why they didn't put a riser in there, who knows? We flip this camera around. I'm using the big one. So those roots, yeah, it's a little bit of roots.
There's no fucking caps.
Yeah, I recommend getting this line cleaned in a few months. I think maybe we'll come out here with either a jetter or maybe 6-inch blades, and we clean this line with that. The roots that are still in there, even after 3 passes, we can't get them all out with the 4-inch blades that we got. But upon inspection before the video started, and this, it looks like we got good pitch. I'm not seeing any breaks. Here's our SDR that we just replaced. 15 feet of it. And now we're gonna go back upstream. Can you stick my cable in there? My camera in there? Yeah. And we're going back up the way. Probably gonna have less roots in this section because it's probably been cleared a little bit from the other houses. Because somewhere in here we're able to actually get from the, we got a piece of, not sure where that clay came from. So we'll go up to where we saw the house joining from 1114. I know that for a fact the yellow and blue house connect to this line in between 1114 and 118. That is confirmed. I want to see if there's any reason why that clay is in here. So we do have a little bit of a small belly there. We're going to take another look coming back just to make sure that we don't have something ulterior going on here. What is that? I'm gonna pause the video and go locate this spot. Okay, I went over to the spot where that is. It's about 4 feet and 3 inches. maybe 4 feet and 6 inches. Thought maybe it was a riser, but now I'm starting to think that that is where our clay tile came from.
What do you want?
I think that's a break. Yeah, that looks like a break, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
That looks jagged.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
God dang it. I was really hoping to give these people some good news. That's where our clay is coming from. That is right next to the alley. I will put a marker on there for you to know what's going on there. So we'll pull back and take another look at everything as we come back. Let me get to where... That's the one with a sandwich on it's mine. Okay, so I know this section's good. I haven't gotten really close to where 1114 meets this line. I went about 30 feet past on another video, and that upfield end was good. We're gonna pull back. That is our, actually this is it right here. This is where 1114 ties into. Right here. So the drain from the yellow and blue house and the greenhouse up until here are good. I also cambered 1114 and joined right there. So we're about almost 120 exact to that spot, which is good. And we're 80 feet to the, yeah, I think that's broken. So we're gonna mark that as a break. So, unfortunately, I'll have to give these people some bad news again. And we'll put an estimate in for that break right there. So I'm almost positive that's where our clay tile came from that was sitting there. Probably moved whenever we were snaking and got the block. The block was a lot of roots with some core. We have a little bit of a belly here. It's not too bad. Might actually also be leftover debris that we haven't flushed out yet. So 4.5 feet. It is right on the edge of the alley driveway and the grass that's right next to it. Still in line with our risers, just a straight shot. Out to Gage, there's the piece of clay right there. So yeah, that's gotta be where that came from because we didn't push it 50 feet back from our repair. The rest of this pipe does look good, so we can say definitively that that is the one spot left that needs to be addressed. I will talk to the neighborhood to let them know about that, and then I'm going to ask management if it's worth cleaning with a 6-inch blade down through Gay Street to try to get the rest of those roots out, or if a jetter is better for that. Probably snaking with a bigger blade if I had to guess. And we got some good pitch on our SDR. All right, so if there's any other questions, refer to the invoice summary. My name is Caleb. I was here with Mark and Andy. Thank you for your time.